Are you a moral person when no eyes of Muhammad are on you? Or are you one of them? As the prophet of Amun-Ra explains, one wife and one husband is the law of Muhammad. By this law alone, it causes each and every one of us by nature capable of understanding the difference between right and wrong as a moral agent. You can't say you don't know right and wrong. Yes, you can. You're a liar. And the truth isn't in you, because the lie takes precedence. The two energies can't occupy the same vessel at the same time. You can't have the spirit of Amun-Ra in you and you steal it. You can think you do. You can lie to yourself. The mirror is your best friend. It will always lie to you. But it's not real. You are not a moral person. And if you exaggerate and don't correct the exaggeration, you're a liar. The agent or angel action is to act through man's sense of right, which is often opposed to physical action or moral support. Now, in logic, man's action as of now are probably to demonstrate his actions of moral proof. Look into ethics and moral philosophy, which is pertaining to the science or doctrine of human nature as fitted by conduct. You know when your conduct's out of order. You do. Brother, what's your son's name? You know when your behavior's out of order, don't you? Yes. Don't you? I'm gonna put the weight on your feet. You know right from wrong. You know what you're not supposed to be doing in here, and you know what you're supposed to be doing in here. I want to see if you understand that. I want to see what you're going to do. You know right from wrong. I want to see you do it. One or the other. We're going to be able to point out which one is going to, and give you praise for what you do and critique you for what you're not doing. But you are of age now. You are of age of understanding. You know better. I need to see you do better. Is that all right, sir? Yes. Thank you. Now in logic actions, we are probably to demonstrate the actions of moral proof. Look into ethics and moral philosophy, which is pertaining to science or doctrine of human nature as fitted for conduct. Most modern writers of modern philosophy understand the term as to cover the entire sphere of human conduct as coming under the distinctions of right and wrong. Right and wrong can be different at different times, can it? And different people. We see in this current day, we see a Democratic position, we see a Republican position. The Republicans think they're right. The Democrats think they're wrong with some things. The Democrats think they're right, and the Republicans think they're wrong. But negative, positive energy pulls the cover off both of them. Who does it serve? Does it serve a small, specific group? Or does it serve everybody equally? Small. So, both of them lie. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes. They lie. Yes. Your job is to understand that they lie. And be analytical of the lie. Don't expect them not to lie. Because they are liars. They don't believe they're liars because they have the interests of their group in heart. But they're liars because they deny the greatest thing to everybody. The greatest thing they can do is say, we must unite. We must put down all this hatred type conversation. We must start to make sure that your health is guaranteed you. We must make sure that our elderly, especially our veterans, are taken care of. We must do the right. If you're acting like them, you're not of us. You just look like us. The doctrine of Muhammad arising and expressing the truth considered as being established by moral science is moral necessity. Muhammad is serving to inculcate and convey a moral for blacks and of America. We just went, talking about morals amongst the blacks in America. Going amok. I mean, it's horrible, the display that you see unconsciously from people that are adults. And it's hard to distinguish sometimes that there's a child better behavior because they act just like a teenager or adolescent, but they're 35 and 40. And they claim to be a man or a woman. But it's a false claim. It's false news. It's false news. Fake news. Fake news.
Alternative facts.
Yeah, alternative facts. In accordance with the European philosophy, our children, as of now, are being moralized as a moral food. The lesson taught today of European science is taught by a fable or like. You can believe if you choose the fable of the Europeans. But understand this, they know that they are 80%. And they know that anarchy and disruption and chaos amongst us is their friend.
Yes.
They know this, and they are the great manipulators. They're masters of manipulation. Because they have accepted the spirit of manipulation. So now they have mastered it over thousands of years, and they know how to do it. With the advent of television and radio, they're even more greater than they used to be. So if you aren't able to use the words of your divine provider, you're lost in their story because the story sounds so appealing, but it's a lie. The whole sham here is a lie. We don't live in a democracy. We're looking at allegory. The rich win this. No. The mayoral race is coming up. What is the trick going on? We got one white and 5 blacks.
There you go.
Every black saying, I have a right. Yes, you do. You have a right to run for office. What you don't have is the divine understanding that unity trumps this. Unity trumps this. But they're educated. They went to college. No, they're certified copies of Europeans. They have career-specific training. Just because you have a PhD or a MD or ADD, MOD, and PLD, it does not mean that you have divine understanding. It just means that you are well-trained employee. Get over this. There's nothing wrong with having a title if you use the knowledge of the title to help your people. But if you use the title to better others, I got nothing for you. But a hello and a goodbye. Yes. In the plural, their education control cannot, because the black race temporal behavior, conform to their conduct or behavior or ethics. It will never bring the race any further than they are now. Yes.
Speak, brother.
It will not, this will not change until the voices of the believers, the knowers, speak up. If you're not speaking up, then you must bear the burden of your judgment. Being created and made what they are under the equatorial sun gives by nature the greatest power known to man. But you have this seed that has been planted over 1,800 years ago into your ancestors. And it has been watered and sunshine put on it. And it has grown, and they've added growth hormone to it and all the boosters to it. And now it is a huge, full-blown fear. We walk around in the atmosphere of fear. Some things we just won't do after dark, isn't it? we know the boogeyman out there. Fear. But we all know we're going to die. But we hide from it. We all know we're going to go. In the tropical of Cancer, women come forth and become man's helper by permission of the Most High God. By this power, they can build man into a nation, and they can cause him to fall. Because it is she, the unwoven male, and the female. It is you. It is the women that must touch the son and must touch the daughter to change this. You cannot raise your sons and daughters as they have been raised and expect them to be different than what we currently have. If you don't teach them their real history, if you don't teach them the real truth, if you don't teach them that they are the image, created in the image of the one true God, who has many names of power, mercy, strength, and unity. All are from God, and all must return when they die. But the Most High created this. And we are made they're made the servants of us. But you gotta be still. You gotta submit. You got to give up that most precious thing you have. Time. Turn off everything in your house. Be still, young man. Listen to the God within you. Become great. Because it's waiting on you for this partnership to show itself to you. It's in you right now. But you got to be still and listen to what's going on in your head. Listen for direction. It will speak to you every single time. But it may not speak to you the first month. Because you've been disobedient for 900 months. So the test is there. You want to become a good listener. But as soon as your intention to become a good listener, what do? You create an adversary to your listening. It's called your test. Every time you choose to do anything, you create your test. And if your character structure is not like, you'll be overpowered. You'll be overpowered every single time because you will be weak. You'll be like the oak tree planted on the ocean. You will surely break, but the palm will bend. But we got to understand our own power. It is in us. But it will not reveal itself to you until you become worthy. Assalamu alaikum.